perspective, we're going to talk about our final property of materials. This property is about building materials. That's what we're going to do. We're going to discuss building materials. So let's say I wanted to build a house. You might have seen structures built out of steel and concrete, or maybe wood or bricks. Because the great thing about wood or bricks or steel or concrete is that they all have a property in common of being very strong. And not only are they very strong, but it's easy to stack them. So you can take small chunks of wood or small bricks, pieces of steel, pieces of concrete, and rearrange them and stack them into really tall, expansive structures. But I'm going to show you two different examples of other building materials that were pretty creative. This is a house in Argentina. It's the House of Bottles because it is made out of bottles. Pretty crazy. And even if you go on the inside, there's other structures that are made of bottles, like this bed. What's holding it up is all made of bottles. Let me show you another house. This house is completely made of Legos. Even the inside. See, this chair is all made of Legos. The walls, the pillars holding it up, all made of Legos. So the house made of bottles and the house made of Legos are other examples of buildings that are using materials that are strong and small enough that when you put them all together, they can be really durable and sturdy. Let's take a look at all the different, a couple different houses and building materials used. Up here, this is a house made of straw or dried grass. On the right, a house made of dried mud. On the bottom, a house made of ice and snow. And on the right, a tent, which is just made out of fabric. So all of these are different materials you could use to build too. And if we pay attention to the snow and the straw and the mud one in particular, those are all also materials that are really small, but when packed together can be very sturdy. So let's talk about another material, paper. Now you might look at paper and think, well, it's flexible, so that doesn't make a sturdy house, and it's not strong. It's pretty flimsy. But you can manipulate paper and change the property of it to make it more suitable for building. Let me show you the structure of this house. This is a skeleton of a house that is made out of cardboard. And cardboard is actually a type of paper. Here, I'll show you a completed one. I think there is some concrete involved, but most of it, or some wood involved, but most of it is made out of paper. In fact, cardboard, you can do a lot of fun building projects. A house, or a castle, I should say. Someone made a car out of cardboard. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Maybe just to show off that you could. Here's the inside of the car, the cardboard car, which is a type of paper. So the car one is outlandish, but there's other practical examples we have of using structures out of paper to build things. So packaging, right? A Kleenex box is made out of paper, and egg cartons. Eggs are something that's they're really fragile, but it's a paper structure that keeps them safe. So our main takeaways from today's lesson, that building materials like wood, concrete, and steel, sorry I spelled that wrong, and steel all share an important property. They're strong. It's the strength of these materials. They're easy to build, because you can combine many small pieces and make a bigger structure. And even though paper seems like it doesn't have the right properties for building, for example, it's flexible and it's not strong, you can change the properties of paper to make it stronger.